Okay. Howdy, guys. My name is Jackson Rasco, and this is my informative speech over political polarization in America and the role of extremism. Okay. So think about the last time you avoided a conversation because you knew it would turn political, maybe with a family member, a friend, or even someone online. For many Americans, politics now influences everyday interactions, from what people post on social media to the brands that they choose to support. What once felt like simple disagreements over policy has now evolved into a deep ideological division. In recent years, political polarization in the United States has increased significantly, affecting not only politics but also social trust, institutions, and daily interactions. Today, I will discuss what political polarization is, how extremism contributes to deepening that divide, and the broader impacts that polarization has on the American society. To begin, political polarization refers to the widening ideological gap between political parties and their supporters. It is no longer just about holding different opinions, but about viewing the opposing side as fundamentally wrong or even threatening. According to Syracuse University's article, The Great Divide, Understanding U.S. Political Polarization, polarization in the United States has reached levels not seen since the Civil War. Many Americans now see their political affiliation as a central part of their identity. Media consumption reinforces this divide, as people often seek out news and information that aligns with their existing beliefs, allowing more extreme viewpoints to gain attention while compromise becomes increasingly difficult. Extremist ideologies further intensify this political divide. Ideas that were once considered fringe or unrealistic have increasingly entered mainstream political discourse. According to Julia Ebner's research for the International Center for Counterterrorism, extremist narratives spread rapidly through social media and are sometimes legitimized by public figures. Online platforms make it easy for misinformation to circulate and create echo chambers, where individuals are repeatedly exposed to the same viewpoints and rarely encounter opposing perspectives. Over time, this environment normalizes hostility toward opposing groups and increases tolerance for extreme rhetoric or even political violence. The effects of political polarization and extremism extend well beyond politics as well. A study summarized by the University of Wyoming found that polarization impacts mental health, personal relationships, consumer behavior, and trust in institutions. Americans are increasingly distrustful of scientists, government officials, and members of opposing political parties. Research from the Center for Strategic and International Studies show that while politically motivated violence remains relatively limited, patterns of extremism are evolving and continue to pose societal risks. Even traditionally apolitical aspects of daily life, such as the brands that we buy and use every single day, are now often interpreted through a political lens as well. And just to conclude, political polarization in the United States has grown significantly in recent years and now influences far more than just elections or policy debates. We have discussed what political polarization is, how extremist ideologies deepen the divide, and how these forces affect the American society as a whole. Understanding these dynamics is pretty essential for being able to strengthen democratic norms and fostering constructive political discourse rather than rash argumentation with one another. By recognizing the role that political polarization and extremism play in our lives, Americans can begin to engage more thoughtfully with different perspectives and work toward a more informed and respectful society. So, thank you so much. And then here are the references that go along with this information.